Hey y'all, and welcome back to the party. It's your girl BrittReacts, and today we are reacting to Bill Burr on canceling people. Let's see what he has to say.
Sean Connery died. The great Sean Connery. Yeah, my favorite James Bond of all time. Yeah, and he was getting a proper send-off for about 8 minutes on Twitter, and then the first hairy-legged white chick shows up, right? And she's just got to be like, yeah.
What does her hairy legs have to do with this? Oh gosh. Golly, help me. Already? Shows
up, right? And she's just got to be like, yeah. Are we really going to celebrate this man who advocated the hitting of women? It's like, first of all, he didn't advocate hitting women, okay? He just said, every once in a while, you give him a little slap. Yeah, give him a little back of the hand. You remind him who's making the box office.
Is that what Sean Connery sounds like? Okay, I'm now understanding the mention of hairy legs. I don't need you to further explain. I get it.
Reset their hard drive. That's all he said, okay? Yes, it's a crazy statement in 2021. 1976, it's not good, but it's not crazy. Right?
And it truly is about the times. Like, you can't come back and cancel somebody for something they did in a time where what they did or said was accepted or appropriate or not. Like, there was no shock value. Like, you just can't. You cannot come back and cancel people for things that they did when things were socially acceptable, y'all. You just can't be doing that. Like, it's like being upset with a baby for not knowing they shouldn't poop in their diaper. Like, they did not come into the world knowing that. That wasn't something they knew then. They know it now, maybe at the age of 7, not to poop in a diaper. But, like, are you going to punish them at 7? Or are you going to, like, teach them how not? Like, it's just like people have to learn things. And then, if they know better, then they do better. So if they didn't know better, how are we mad? I just don't understand. Cancel culture is so confusing to me because I'm just like, so we're mad at them for doing something that they weren't wrong for doing in the 80s. He didn't get in trouble for it in the 80s. Nobody cared in the 80s, which means it wasn't an issue. So now that we're watching it in 2023 from the 80s, we're canceling them? Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense.
He's born in 1930. You got to put the in historical perspective.
Right!
You ever watch? I love old movies. You ever watch movies from the 30s, 40s, and 50s? Yeah. Anytime a woman even has heightened emotion, there's some guy like, get a hold of yourself, see? Yeah, go make me a pie. Put it on the windowsill. Right? That's what he grew up watching.
That's what he grew up watching.
I grew up in the 70s. I thought being a truck driver was a cool thing. You had a monkey for a friend. You're going around, chicks showing their titties. I thought that was the world. I had no idea. That's what I was watching. My thing is okay, so if you're going to cancel all of these dead guys and you're going to shit all over them after they're dead and they can't defend themselves, why are you only going after men? What about all the horrible women in history?
It's not just men. It's not just men. There are these horrible, horrible women in history. I still can't get over his Sean Connery impression. Now I want to go hear like what Sean Connery sounds like. It's like, is that accurate? Was it accurate?
Only going after men. What about all the horrible women in history? You can't just go after the men. That would be sexist. And this is what they don't want. What about Coco Chanel? Great example. Coco Chanel, widely considered a feminist icon. She started her own purse factory, right? The 19-teens or 20s, whatever the hell she did. I can't imagine the sexism that she had to deal with, An amazing accomplishment. Hats off to her, right?
What? What?
However, she was also a Nazi sympathizer.
Really?
Yeah, that's like half her Wikipedia page. Just sit there. Wait.
Really? No way. No way. I'm not a name brand bag girly, so I definitely don't know about these brands, and I certainly don't know about their founders' backgrounds. That's crazy to know. That is that true? I gotta now go Google her and read her wiki. That's nuts.
That's like half her Wikipedia page, just sitting there, waiting for someone to read it.
Waiting for someone
Right out in the open,
coming.
nothing.
I'm gonna go read it.
Evidently, what happened was, in World War II, old Adolf came rolling into town, okay, with his tanks with the Porsche engines in them, took over the town in like
the tanks with the Porsche engines in them? Good Lord. I know Porsche is a German car, but were the tanks really equipped with, oh gosh. Bill.
Okay, with his tanks with the Porsche engines in them, took over the town in like 90 minutes. She freaked out. She closes up her shop, right? Figured out where all the head Nazis were staying, what hotel. She moved in there, and she started a relationship with one of the Nazis. Yeah, she started fucking a Nazi.
This can't be true. Do people know this? Is this known information? Like, I just cannot fathom in a world of cancel culture that people are educated on this and still out here paying overpriced, insane prices for these bags, for these perfumes. Is this for real? This is his point. Like, why are we not then canceling her? That's insane. That's crazy.
A Nazi. Nazis. Yeah, she started fucking a Nazi. You ever see those Holocaust videos? Huh, with those piles of kid shoes? Yeah, she was sucking the dick that did that. Now, just to refresh my memory, what did Sean Connery do again?
Right. What?
Oh, you know, every once in a while you give him a little slap. That's what he did. She's sitting there like, hey, Adolf, what's going on? She so sold out her own country, she had to flee it at the end of the war. And I have no idea how many she had to suck to get back in it. But I'll tell you, despite all of that, I still don't judge her. I know. Because I've never been in that situation. You know, I've never been in a country where all of a sudden the most powerful army the world has ever seen comes in and takes it over in a couple hours. She must have been terrified, right? And she
must have been terrified. That I just am like still stuck on the fact that is this true? And why is nobody talking about this? No one's bringing this up on any of these platforms where we're all like outraged by things.
She's a woman. You know, she's into fashion. They show up with those Hugo Boss uniforms. You know, her knees buckle a little bit. Things start getting ugly. People are getting shot in the street. She's freaking out. You know. And she's a woman. And women know, push comes to shove. When you get your back against the wall, no matter how bad it gets, they always have the option of f***ing their way out of a situation. They always got that card they can play, right?
Bill, just because we're all thinking it, do you have to say it? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. How do we get here with him? Like, I just like, from where we start to where we end, I'm always like, how do we get here? How do we get here?
All women know this. All women know this. Men don't realize this till they go to prison. But women learn this early on. She had the option, and she took it. I can't get mad at her for that, you know? So she's dead and gone. I think she's up there in heaven. I think she made it. She's up there with Sean Connery. Every once in a while they have a disagreement. He gets a little slap, you know? She doesn't care. Once you on a Nazi chest, I mean, a little backhand's not going to freak you out.
does he come up with this stuff? How does he come up with the mitigated goal to say these things?
Doesn't care once you on his chest. I mean, a little backhand's not going to freak you out. Jesus can't say anything. He got a right. Everybody's got a little something they did. Yeah, there you go. So, still buy your Coco Chanel. She's still a hero.
Right.
She was a victim. She was a victim of that time. She was frightened. She was scared.
Oh,
she didn't know what to do.
You go have the day you deserve. I am gonna go Google this Coco Chanel story. My mind is blown. Peace.